The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Herbert to throw right away. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Slot man moves right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Herbert. Five yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Another run here with Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now Herbert going to change the look. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Justin Herbert looking to pass, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. And this one is right down the middle. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And he returns this to the 22. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Bills had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Allen off the play fake. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 5. Here's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Allen going to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers. And he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie. But that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Herbert now. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
It's Terrell Williams who got there for the sack.
Now it's Herbert.
And that is incomplete. 1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they'll take him to the ground quickly. He's able to get it down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
It certainly is a problem to when you see him make those kind of throws. They worked on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet. As they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he doesn't quite right. Taking it over the Irish. Dropped to the line. Sets up the 1st and goal. Cook is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores. They've got a chance to do that.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this is how you answer a touchdown on the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Off-play action. Allen. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
What is the deal? Why can't we score?
The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Here's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And the ball caught. It's Rice. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
operating from the gun. Herbert. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20-line. That's how they want to get it in.
He faces 3rd and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Shakir holds it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the front before they take him down. He now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. On play action, Allen rolling to his right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Cook up the gut. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throw left side complete. That's Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To the air, Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
He's in the space past the 25. And finally taken down at the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys are getting through the ball.
It's tested a little bit because the defensive players are on the sidelines. The sudden change because now it's right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Allen now looks to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Motion man is Shakir.
On 2nd and 10. Allen. The guy's man complete. Down to the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
James Cook.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bills use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
In motion left is Rice.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Throwing on second down. Herbert. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Now Herbert. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Johnny makes a block. Just about summed up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be 10-2, interception. Pretty much going to seal the deal.
This defense, they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Allen to throw. He'll air this one toward Coleman.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Bills send the punter out. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Davis now to return it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Herbert. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Bills have just about sold out this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
Because most people get winning plays with the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. To stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they will fall to 1-1, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.